Even whether lowering the bar or no lowering the bar, the lowering of the bar is not doing them any favor. They're coming here to provide services that is the government needs
very
for its citizens. Then they require the migrants to come and do it here. And the migrants who are doing this job here, like you alluded to that, many of them is not their passion, is not their calling, is not what they want to do. So they're hanging on. When you hang on for 5 years, maybe from the lowering of the bar is not.
How can you substantiate this assessment that many of them don't have any passion on the job?
Now, aside from care worker, statistics has it that 70% of employees are not happy with their job. Can you argue with that?
If that
can you argue with that?
Well,
nobody wakes up in the morning to jog to his own work.
No, from that angle, I can agree.
Yeah, now
I know where the analysis is coming from.
It tells you all you need to know. If the whole global employees, 70% of them are not happy with their work. In fact, nobody, I'm sure, I don't want to get that personal. I'm sure many of us are very happy with our job. The job I did the other time, oh my God, I will snooze my alarm 10 times before I get up.
Because you are not happy with what you are doing.
Because I'm not happy, but people around may not know. They will say, Oscar is very happy. If you see me, I dress smartly with my shirt and move on. But within me, I was really like dying slowly. And this is what is happening. Well, when you interview them one-on-one, they'll tell you, guy, if I have my will, I don't think I'm going to do this.
I think why we may think that some of the care workers, I may not agree to that they are not happy with their job, is, we've seen documentaries, we've seen situations where these workers were brought in and they were being exploited. Even the government acknowledged that. So for somebody
exploited by the system or by the
it's not employers. They were not exploited by the system. You can go on the news website, on the mainstream news, we have it that the employers were extorting money from these people. They were asked to pay money.
Yeah, that one is just a rare occasion. This is not like it's
there were allegations. I watched a documentary on the BBC.
This is like a one-off thing. There are established care homes here who employ people here. Now, taking you on these documentaries and these things, you I'm sure you would have also seen where these people that are being taken care of abuse these people taking care of them, starting on them, calling them names, using racist law on them.
Well,
so have you seen that as well?
Well, if
have you seen that as well? Answer for once, yes or no.
Well, I wouldn't. By my philosophy, I'm not trying to answer yes or no. It all depends, because if somebody have seen on social media where somebody that is being looked after is spitting on another person, I would take it that person is making it is a content creator.
No, it's not. There's nothing content about it. It's a camera in those care homes. And don't tell me,
care homes can is against the law.
Yeah, it's against the law.
People publish do a lot of what happens in care homes.
It's not like they're publishing it legally, but those things sneak out. So people sneak those things out. Those people, even those carers, even put their own record with their own personal videos, which also is illegal. But they bring those things out just to prove a point.
If that person that is doing it, I know our topic here is not care work, and I'm not the spokesperson for the care sector. But data protection, information management, ICO rules. You don't.
No, you are going into an entirely different area.
And that is where we are talking about passion for the job. So remember, in the care sector, before you go into the care sector, you receive training, and some of the trainings you will be warned about the environment you are going into. And the people you look after.
There is no job that you go into without being trained. Even after that training, why is it that 70% are still not happy?
Well, I don't have that statistics. I'm not justifying why they are not happy.
People want free money.
Yeah. So the question now for the government becomes, if peradventure this is the case, the people are not happy. And I know, the Labour government in the UK, their position is, as much as possible, get British citizens back to work. The ones that needed some adjustment, that needed some support from the government to be able to go to work, the government wants to get them back to work. So if the government is making this effort to get them back to work, remember the subject of discussion here is ILR.
Yeah.
And now, assuming 70% of the people in the care sector, because the care sector has been one of the largest recruiter
employer of labor
of foreign
Workers.
in the UK. And if peradventure 70% of that number are not happy with their job, what it means is that when they get ILR, they have an option. And the option is they would stay unemployed and fall back to the public benefit system.
Now, like that's good. So I'm happy you're mentioning this point. Now, let me shock you. When you fall back to that public fund, you can only buy food from Iceland.
it's not enough to
You can only, so you can't even help yourself with the public fund you are getting. You barely will be eating baked beans.
now so it's
not like it's so. And again, for somebody who has been working, you've been enjoying certain standard of life, especially for migrants. We all come here with good and grandiose ambition to make money. I'm sure people from Nigeria are calling you to send money. You need to buy a house, ride on the latest version of cars, and so on. So now, that's why I'm saying that this indefinite leave to remain doesn't really offer you that much security and freedom that we think it offers. You get it, leave the job you are doing to have recourse to public fund. Is that not correct?
Yeah, that was it.
That is for the person that
Yes,
is not happy
happy.
with their
Then
job.
when you have recourse to the public fund, your standard of living
will drop
to what it used to be when you were working.
And it will begin to put pressure on the government. Already, the government is also already complaining about the rising.
And that's what the government is trying to avoid.
Yeah,
Good.
the government
So-
is complaining. I think currently the government is spending around 9 billion
Yeah, I saw the
every month,
statistics, yeah.
and the government said it's not sustainable. So if the government, I don't have the data, but if the government is saying that, oh, okay, we brought in about, for example, 200,000 healthcare workers, and 70% of them are not happy with their job. So you're talking about over 140, 150 million people that if
Dr. Eze,
after 5 years they are not happy with their job and they are not able to switch job, they will fall back to the
Dr. Eze, let me tell you this thing. You probably may
not
not have
sustainable.
thought. You probably may not have thought about it, but just do a random sampling of migrants here in the UK. They don't want to drop their standard of living. Rather, they want to make more money. And targeting recourse to public fund is not an option. How many migrants have you seen that are on benefits?
When you are talking about recourse to public fund, you know, there is the immediate, maybe, which is this benefit they are talking about, which is not actually beneficial if you want to live a good life.
I'm happy
But it's a safety net that the government has for the citizen who are struggling. And the government is not the government is not, expecting you to be on it for a long time. They just want you to be on it on a safety net so you can get something. And the government makes sure that the system is able to provide, jobs and all that. Again, there is an aspect of the recourse to public fund that people are not also looking into, like in the area of state pension. Now we are talking about ILR, it takes 10 years. Now, for you to also be able to, if you want to live in the UK, you want to live here, you want to integrate here, you want to work here, you want to retire here. So what ILR gives you, it gives you that chance to work, contribute, because you need to contribute to the national insurance for at least 10 years to be eligible.
10 years minimum.
For eligible to earn pension. So if you you came in here,
the pension you're talking about, it's not like when you contribute 10 years, you start drawing from the pension. There is a minimum age.
There is a minimum
number of years of service that you put in to get into that. The point I'm making is it's not like the indefinite. Yeah, if you live long enough in a particular country, you definitely get their citizenship or get their permanent residence, whether America, Canada, or Australia, wherever it is. But the so much focus on indefinite leave to remain in the UK and how we get it, how do we get it, is what what's I don't understand, because it doesn't really offer the purported freedom, security, liberty that people think it gives, especially this issue of recourse to public fund benefits and other things. Without that indefinite leave to remain, if you live here legally, you do all stuff, you do all sorts, you get those things, still enjoy your life, than having to, once I get it, I resign from my care job and start enjoying public fund.
Yeah, so
you are setting up yourself up for
this is what we should encourage. People should always aim for that high. And I can tell you for free, if you're here in the UK, you are committed to doing your job, you stay focused on your job, even if the government says, it's 10 years. If you are doing your job and you are doing all you are supposed to do, you are here legally, that 10 years to you is nothing. Because
10 years of somebody's life, you say it's nothing.
Because
when you are working and enjoying yourself, you don't even know the 10 years.
You are working, you are contributing.
No, 10 years is not 10 days.
You are integrating. You would. 10 years will just be like yesterday. Again. I know, for example, some of us, the countries we come from, right? Your passport would only allow you to go to that country, or maybe if it's in the West African region, like ECOWAS, you could only go to ECOWAS, which is about 16 countries or whatever.
With British passport, you're open to so many.
If with British passport, you are
I've had British passport for how many years? I don't think I've got to anywhere.
But that is your choice. Because British passport gives you.
You have a British passport. Where have you gone to?
I've been to many countries. I've been to many countries in Europe. I've been to the United States.
People who don't have British passport make those travels.
Yeah, but
in fact, the easiest passport I have gotten in my life is visa is American visa, and I didn't have a British passport.
Okay.
To get it.
So, but you have to apply for visa.
So what
immigration rule?
Now you have to go for biometric. You have to do that. But when you have British passport,
it's a ticket to heaven.
You just pack your bag
and
go online, fill up your ETA, and you
have an advantage.
Dr. Eze, I will call you. Don't go about parading this indefinite leave to remain as a ticket to heaven or ticket of passport.